last class, last batch, have taken what is a floppy disk and tape drive, zip drives kind of stuff. Okay, so of course, guys, primary storage devices are primary memories are RAM and ROM. Main memory is RAM, primary memory is RAM and ROM. Secondary memory devices are a secondary storage devices are your hard disk, floppy disk, tape drives, zip drives, pen drives, compatible disks, mean CDs, DVD, Blu-ray. These are all secondary storage devices. Usually, secondary storage devices are non-volatile type. What is non-volatile type? Even you disconnect the device from system. Okay, you connected a pen drive and I store a data and you remove the pen drive, or maybe you have a hard disk in your system, internal hard disk. You shut down your you shut down your computer. The hard disk contains the data. You store some data in the hard disk. You shut down your computer. Still the data will be available inside your device. You can only see we can read and write the data only when we are connected to a computer. Okay, so that is a secondary storage devices. And mass storages means large size of the data we can able to store in a secondary storage devices. Next. Where is this paint? Okay guys, here it is. I will tell about hard disk, but remaining thing just I want to show. Floppy disk also removed nowadays. See, it is how floppy disk can look like. The size of the floppy disk is maximum 1.44 inches, 1.44 MB size, MB. Okay. Now we are having a TVs of data. This MB. So nowadays, not a single photo also you can able to read in this one. Okay, so that is a floppy disk. Tape drives are not are still your people are using tape drives. Tape drives storage. DSS are a sorry DDS. Okay. Digital data storage or DAT. This is a tape drive is also a magnetic storage only. Floppy disk is also a magnetic storage. See this? See, look at a cassette, audio cassette. Look like a audio video kind of cassette. PR cassette. These tape drives are mainly used to store backups. Even though people are using these tape drives to store your backup in a cheaper cost. You can store the data in the hard disk. It is very easy to store, easy to access. But it's tape drives. You can store the data in the tape drives or backups in the tape drives. It's difficult to access because it's a sequential type. You know, CC cameras. Now people are using CC cameras. Most of the CC cameras are connected to this hard disk mechanism. Okay, so what happened? You cannot change a hard disk whenever it is full, right? So it's costly. So what you people do? So they'll fix the date. Last 1 month. So hard disk last 1 month data will be available before 1 month or before 1 week, before 2 months. They put a date. So what are the old data is there? It will remove, store only latest data. But in here, it is not like that. Once cassette is completed, it will rewrite in another cassette. Just you have to write the sequence or date and time. So then anytime you can able to recover the data from your DDS kind. So what's our it is, guys? So this DAT or a DDS or a tape drives used for storing a backup. Still we are using this backup. Even you go to the cloud services, cheapest backup solution you want it, that is again that storage is only DAT or a DDS. Okay. Next, it is also used for storing camcorders or CC cam footage. Also, people use this one. So mainly it is for backup. Still, people are using zip drives. Zip drives store zip drives. These are the zip drives. It's a 100 MB to 700 MB size zip drives. It is. What is the use of this zip drives in generally? It is also storing backup or compress the data and store into the drives kind of stuff possible. Okay, it's like a look like a floppy disk. In general, as I know, as a zip drives, what is the use? Like in a company got a contract. Like there is 100 computers. They have to install a operating system in 100 computers. They want to install a operating system in the 100 computers. Okay, so what they will do, they'll take one PC, they take only one PC, they install operating system, applications, drivers, settings, everything they will done first on one single PC. So they will take a image from that PC to this zip drive. Then they will connect this zip drive to each and every PC. They'll copy this entire information. So all the PCs automatically. So we 1 hour we copy this image, the PCs. So you don't need to go to do all the installation process, application installation settings, all the process you need to do it. Simply you're doing a copy paste from one copy and 100 paste. Each and every piece you will go and paste. As you know, this is use of this zip drives. Okay, just next one is CD. People are also stop using this CD, and when you see the CD kind of stuff compact days, it is an optical storage device. Meaning is you store the data and read the data and write the data from CD using a laser beam only. Using a laser beam only. Okay. What is the difference between CD, DVD, Blu-ray? The density of this lines tracks on the CD, DVD. The density is different. This is the data density. That's pitches density is different. In DVDs, it's a much thicker, and here it is lot of thicker. How gaps are there? Less gaps, more, less gaps, very less gaps, less gaps, very less gaps, more gaps. Okay, so whatever it is, guys. So CD is a capacity 700 MB, 650 to 700 MB. Okay, and DVD is 4.7 GB DVD. So double layer DVD will get 8 GB, but it is 4.7 GB DVD. Blu-ray is a much bigger, like a 25 GB, 50 GB. It's a bit. As you know, 25 is a bigger size. Of course, guys. Again, still we are using a Blu-ray. If you are using a PS4 game station, okay, the PS4, you can see this is CDs. So having a lot of data in it. So that's normal DVDs is of only 4.7 or a maximum. You get a 8 GB, 10 GB kind of stuff, but need a more space to store. Then we need a Blu-ray disc reader is there. So when CD came into market, CD writers, CDs are become a more a demand. but very costly that time. So later on days, CD writers cost is become more handy. Of course, meantime, a DVD readers, DVD reader and CD writer. It is a CD and DVD. We can read it, but we can write only CDs. So that is a DVD plus CD writer kind of stuff. DVD reader and CD read and write kind of stuff. That type of drives are came. That DVD writers are came into market. So when these places, so of course lot of demand for a CDs and all, and of course we are getting with a handy cost like a 10 rupees CDs, 20 rupees CDs, 20 rupees DVDs, like different qualities we are getting CD DVDs. Of course, still it is always the best to have a CD DVD kind of stuff. Why? Because you have a data and you are not required to connect always to see your data. Right? Just you want to copy the data into a DVD and you keep aside. Don't require for every frequent time. You may see after 1 year maybe. So you know it to be stored in your PC, not required in external hard disk. Okay, not required to put in a external hard disk. So then put it in a DVD. But when Blu-ray came into market, that time automatically, so not only a Blu-ray, CD, DVD demand is also gone because we have a pen drives, memory cards, not required to store, not required to transfer. Lot of data we can able to transfer through internet, right? So Google Drive is there. You can also transfer with that one. So a lot of options for improve are there. This is the last one is guys hard disk. So this is why we need a hard disk. So we store operating system in hard disk, applications, data. So data means different type of data like a music files, video files, documents. We store in the hard disk. We have an internal hard disk. Nowadays we are using internally SSDs also. So olden days means still we are using SATA PATA kind of internal hard disk and solid state drives, NAND type storage it is. Two different type of SSDs are there. And you can store the data externally in the USB drives, USB pen drives, USB external hard disk also. There is a EMMC memory cards are there. In general, if you purchase a mini laptop kind of stuff, okay. This kind of EEPCs, you take it, see this is EEPC book. Okay. So the cheaper books are it's like you can get a laptop with 18,000, 17,000 and all. They're all use a storage like this. EMMC storage capacity is 64. What is the use of the storage for your storing your operating system and basic data? So very smaller. Even your mobile phone having a storage, data storage is there now. That is also built in EMMC parts only built in your motherboard. This EMMC storage only. Okay, so that's not okay. This is we will discuss separately if possible. First of all, guys, this part is little randomized. Okay, so follow my sequence. Don't follow PPT sequence. Okay, just give me a minute. I will be back in a minute only. Just a minute. So here it is hard disk. What is an hard disk? Of course, we know what is an hard disk. It is also a storage device. Store a data. It is a mass storage device. Secondary storage device, mass storage device. Of course, even you are not connecting power, still data will be available the storage device. Guys, this hard disk. Are you able to hear, guys? My voice is clear. A little throat infection, but some people came.
Yes, sir.
Paleshwari
No,
Pandit.
it's clear, sir.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Some people are. Manish Malav, Manoranjan, Sandeep Kumar, Ravi Prakash Singh, Saurav Maurya. Today she came. Not changing this one.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Jay Mali and
Hello.
Vipin. Tell me.
Don't give my
This is a Saurav Maurya, right? I have seen after a very
Yes,
long
sir.
time. People are continuously not came, then we'll put it in red color. You suddenly came. No problem. I marked you as a present. Okay, well, let's continue. Okay, so this is the hard disk, guys. The round plate is called a platter and it is attached to a motor called a spindle motor. It is the platter will be rotate. The platter is rotate, and you see there is a permanent magnet which is attached to a handle that is called a actuator arm. Okay, so on the tip of this arm there is a read and write header. This read and write header will go in and out like this. They go inside and go outside. Not completely outside. It is on this one only. It rotate, and it is this disk will be rotate. If you want to see how data is read and write on the disk, so there is a lot of YouTube videos also there. Someone tried that putting camera inside this hard disk and this. Okay, that is this is hard disk. So this is internal part of hard disk. Every hard disk has a can you see this is called a logic board. Every hard disk will connected the motherboard, so the data can be transmitted from hard disk to motherboard to hard disk communication, right? So in that cases we have a IDE or part4 type of hard disk or SATA type of hard disk. Earlier days the technology is IDE type. Till we are using IDE based technology only, but it is a advanced technology attachment. In ATA technology we have a PATA and SATA. So first one is PATA, which is 40 pin ribbon connection is there. We used earlier days. The 40 pin ribbon cable. So one side of the cable go to motherboard, other two are there now here. One is go for a hard disk, another is also go for a hard disk or a CD-ROM kind of stuff. Means one ribbon cable we can connect to two devices, either hard disk or a CD-ROM, or both are hard disk or both are CD-ROM. Of course, there is a master and slave configuration using a jumper pin connection is there. But see, this is the cable contains a 40 pin connector. You can connect your hard disk to your. Next one is SATA type of connectivity. See, this is the 7 pin connector. This is 7 pin connector, single wire only. It is directly connected to your hard disk. This side, and it is another side of the cable will go to the motherboard. And the side of this data cable part is power connection. Here, this is the power connection. Here, this is part is power connection. Of course, this hard disk is a little different. So this power connection is given here separately in a different way for compatibility purpose. But so originally, you can see this part is data connection. This part is. It's a 40 pin ribbon cable, parallel attachment, parallel advanced technology attachment. Serial advanced technology attachment is a 7 pin connector single wire. SATA. SATA is a faster than PATA. So it is much developed later on days also. So initially we use a PATA type of connection, so parallel advanced technology attachment. Later on days we started using serial advanced technology attachment. Of course, serial further develop into SATA versions. So of course, it is faster than PATA. SATA version 3 is still in the market, that is called 6 Gbps speed data transmission speed, SATA 3. Okay, so SATA, PATA. This is a PATA connection. This is SATA type of. We are using SATA only. Guys, in the internal hard disk, in this internal hard disk, you have a 3.5 inches, 2.5 inches hard disk is there. 3.5-inch hard disk is generally for internal hard disk for desktop purpose. Desktop purpose. Okay. 2.5 GB hard disk is for a laptop and mini PCs. So you have a laptop. Nowadays we are getting SSDs, but still there is some laptops having a internal normal hard disk type 2.0. External hard disk backup storage. Why we require a external hard disk, not only internal hard disk. If you see nowadays you are getting a SSD type also, cannot store more data in your local PC. Why? Because of lot of less space is there. You have some important information or documents or pictures, movies, kind of stuff. So you want to store separately. Then when you require only when you will go to access. Not required immediately from your PC. Not required that kind of stuff. So then we can use external. You can store backups. You can store data which is not required to be stored your regular PC. Regularly, we are not working with that data. Then we store in external hard. Or to transfer the heavy data. For example, I have a file, 50 GB file is there. 50 GB data is there. I want to transfer to another laptop or another device. So I can use external hard disk, copy a data from one device to another. Okay, guys, up to here. What is a hard disk? SATA, PATA. You have a hard disk. You have a hard disk. You attach a hard disk to your system. New hard disk is attached. If in case like your system is understand or like you are open a disk management settings like a disk mgmt.msc. It is this is the partitions. So when you attach a new hard disk, Ask initialize the disk. Then you have to initialize as MBR type or a GPT type of partition style. Show you that picture also possible. It is add a 10 GB hard disk and it is asking initialize the disk either MBR or a GPT. Master boot record GUID partition table. In case you initialize as a MBR, you can create a only 4 primary partitions. Only 4 primary partitions you can create. Or you can create 3 primary, 1 extended partition. Inside this extended partition, you can create multiple logical partitions. Okay. So what is MBR? Master boot record. You can create a four primary, but nowadays the system to create only 5 primary. You can create 4 primary or 1 primary is sorry 3 primaries, 1 extended. 3 primaries, 1 extended. In 1 extended, you can create a number of logical partitions. Okay. Each partition size is up to 2 terabytes. Each partition size is up to 2 terabytes. Next. In case you initialize the disk as a GPT, GUID partition table, you can create 128 partitions. Exactly say primary partition. Create 28 primary. GPT GUID partition table, 128 primary partitions. Now each partition support more than 2 terabyte up to 18 EB. 18. This is MBR and GPT. I didn't explain much at the very depth point. You can see it. Guys, when you insert a new fresh hard disk, so your system asks you to initialize the disk as MBR or GPT. What you are already having a hard disk, then what is your hard disk? MBR type or GPT type? You can see, right click on this, you can see convert into GPT means it is MBR. Convert into MBR means it is GPT disk. Okay, so how it is become MBR and GPT, the first one anyway. So when your system is a fresh system, while installing an operating system, your operating system is latest operating system support UEFI type. Your operating system supporting UEFI type of BIOS version. Then your disk is initialized as a GPT. Your operating system does not support UEFI, it support only BIOS type, or you only system is only BIOS system it is. So you will get initialized as a MBR while installing fresh operating system. GPT MBR. So yesterday we think we discussed about a boot processing. This is a MBR and GPT. When we install OS in fresh PC, OS and motherboards are BIOS version, then it is initialized as a MBR. Again, guys, what is MBR? Master boot record. What is GPT? UID partition. In MBR, we have a hard disk with 4 primary partitions And now new operating system automatically, once three primary completed, the fourth one entire disk is become external partition. So there we can, in external, we can create a multiple logical partitions. Each partition maximum is 2 terabyte. Next one is GUID partition table. GUID partition, sorry, GPT type. So your hard disk is GPT type. So you can create 128 primary partitions, no extended, no logical. Each partition size support more than 2 terabyte and it support maximum sizes more than 2 terabyte like up to 18 EB. Okay, this is MBR and GPT type. So next one is guys about your partition. So already I said no partition. Primary partition, extended partition, it is MBR type. GPT type only primaries, no extended, nothing. That's it. Why we need a partition? Why we creating a why we need a partitions? To store the data separately. Why should I put all my music files, pictures, videos, documents into one single partition? I'll create multiple partition to store the data separately. It is secure also. Why? Because if any one partition has a problem, then other partition may have a data. Okay. And of course, better to separate your working partition, working drive separately from your operating system drive. Because while you are working, your disk is full, little no problem, but your operating system drive is full, then it is a little problem. Partition. When you are doing a partition, it is asked for a file system. So different file systems are there. Follow the file system part. And of course, I will tell you the difference between this partition and that partition. Like in FAT and ATFS also, I will try to explain. And other file systems also will explain. Let's take a small break. Come back. Okay, so do not leave.